My name is Felipe Silva. I'm the housing justice organizer for Make the World Nevada, and we are going through a housing crisis here in our state, and it's important that we shed light on it and also amplify the voices of those individuals that are directly affected by it. At Make the World Nevada, we work to identify the pressing issues in our community, issues that keep away our families from thriving and living their best lives. Every day I hear almost the same housing story, but from someone different.
My family comes from Los Angeles, where we've already experienced rent increase like crazy. Before we used to live in a 2-bedroom apartment, but even then we couldn't afford that. We moved here to Vegas thinking it would be better for us, but there's 8 of us right now, including myself, living in a house with only 3 bedrooms. So I used to be able to afford my own apartment when I was going to college, but with my pay and the rent increases, I'm not able to do that anymore. And new homes being built are too expensive for the common man.
I've been in Nevada from California for 13 years because my son's 13. I came here when I was pregnant with him. He's one of 6. When I got here with their father, we had a home, had a good job, but we lost everything. He left the home, he abandoned. And me and my kids were living and we were homeless. And it's hard, because I had no help. We lived off my 401k, my retirement. For 3 years we were homeless, living in monthlies, hotels to motels, until I got approved for housing. Vegas is expensive. My son had to drop out of high school to help me. We need help. Vegas has so much money. Why can't they help the people who are working? Families that are struggling. Our kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna remember all this. Let's make a good future for the kids who are struggling.
So here's the Greater Faith Baptist Church, the staple in this community, and that's where they hold their community meetings, and where they invited organizations like Make the World Nevada to come in and support their efforts, as they wanted to make sure that they were going to be heard and that their demands for what they wanted in the community would be respected.
The city has failed its residents in that area by not allowing them to build for simple home improvements like building a fence, and not allowing them to get permits to improve their homes. And one of the biggest reasons why we came together as a community was because there was a big developer that wanted to take over 86 acres of the land without any community input, mixed status, mixed use land there. They want to be able to bring more jobs to the neighborhood, and they want things like a supermarket in their neighborhood. They don't want to have to leave to far distances to be able to buy groceries. And it was those little things that the developers weren't listening to. They wanted to go ahead with City Council in North Las Vegas and approve yet another warehouse.
You can see this is part of the Windsor Park neighborhood.
So we do have a commitment from the Windsor, with Windsor Park and the developers, that they will work with them and they will build what's best for their community.
Esta ley específica es una ordenanza que va a ser contraproducente. Las personas que ya están.
We've got a great thing happening down here. The city spent millions of dollars on the Main Street one-way couplet, and then on top of that, we're seeing an increase in homeless population. So I understand maybe where they're coming from with wanting to control their beautiful sidewalks that they just created. but it's a tough decision.
And ordinances like this take more care for our business interests than our families.
Leo Murrieta is the executive director of Make the Road Nevada. The social justice organization hopes the ordinance isn't passed and that the city instead looks to prevention.
And we don't have enough affordable housing units for people who need them desperately. The backlog for affordable housing is far too long and it's out of reach for too many people. We should be thinking about how can we do better rather than criminalizing people for having nowhere else to go.
We are making sure that the ordinance by Mayor Goodman to ban encampments or homelessness does not go through. This is a terrible idea, it's a terrible proposal, it's inhumane and cruel that criminalizing poverty is not the way to address the homelessness issue.
Homelessness is only but a severe aspect and outcome of the lack of affordable housing in the state of Nevada. It's about time that we look at it for what it is, an epidemic that's finishing and killing families. It's about time also that our elected officials take this a lot more seriously and start doing something about it for those that depend on it. It's also important that people with resources hop in and help out too.